Hi, I'm John Kolar, Chief Naturalist for the Geauga Park District, and I am out doing a little bird watching today, enjoying the rich diversity of bird life that we have out in our parks. I have to say, I am a self-proclaimed nature nut. I am nuts about everything there is out in nature. Birds are right at the top of my list. I just love to observe them in their natural habitats. I like to see how many different ones I can find. I love, love, love to hear their beautiful spring love songs that they're singing this time of year. And we're so fortunate in Geauga County to have a rich diversity of bird life. We have birds that live here year-round, but this time of year, many birds are just passing through. So I love to challenge myself to get out in the parks and just see how many I can observe. And I just absolutely love listening to their wonderful songs that they make. So you've probably often heard that birds make songs and they also make calls. What's the difference between the two? Well, a call is made anytime throughout the year. It's made by the male or the female, and it can be sometimes just to alert other birds of maybe there's food nearby, or they might also call to warn about a predator, something like that. So they're made all year. Songs, on the other hand, are typically sung by the males, not always, but for the most part it's the males doing the singing, and it is typically done to announce a territory or to attract a mate. So that male bird, when he's singing, he's saying, "Hey ladies, I'm available!" And also at the same time he's telling other males in the area that this is my territory. All right, so let's give you a couple examples of bird songs versus calls. Black-capped chickadee, one of my favorite birds. Its call, most typical call, sounds like it's saying chickadee dee 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 dee. Have a listen. And its song sounds like it's saying spring's here, or cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Kinda. Tufted titmouse, on the other hand, kinda sounds like it's singing Peter, 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 Peter. Sorta. Yeah. So what I do, and a lot of birders do, is we use mnemonics. We put phrases to what we think the bird is saying, and then it helps us remember the birds when we hear them out in nature. Just a cool little trick that you can do to try to remember bird songs and bird calls. So next up, sit back, relax, and enjoy the songs, the calls, and maybe even a little bit of drumming from some of our local birds. Enjoy. Well, I hope you learned a little bit about bird songs and calls. There's a Carolina wren giving a little distress call behind me. Maybe I'm a little too close to the nest. Maybe I better walk away. But if you want to learn more about bird songs and calls, there's plenty of great resources out there, from books to CDs to apps you can download on your phone. You should also check out the Ohio Division of Wildlife website. They have a lot of great free resources from birds and Ohio wildlife in general. But if you want to learn birdsong, start a little bit at a time with them. Don't try to learn all of them at once. Focus on the birds in your own backyard or at a nearby park, and then when something new comes, you can recognize it as something new. And hey, if you don't want to, learn the who's making what sound, that's okay. Still, I encourage you, and I hope you're inspired to get out and enjoy the spring chorus of birdsong for yourself. We'll see you next time.